Eyes on me, boys, cause I'm about to start!
Man, that was annoying.
Gangs of Sherwood is an action game developed by Appeal Studios and published by Nacon. The game takes place in a futuristic Nottingham, England, and is inspired by Robin Hood. In this game you will be fighting the various armies of the Sheriff of Nottingham who has kidnapped civilians. So it is your job as the merry men to fight to free the people and remove Nottingham from the clutches of the Sheriff. I think that there is a lot of potential in the premise of this game. I think that a game set in the world of Robin Hood could be really cool, but I think what this game brought us just wasn't very good. The game only has 3 acts at 3 missions each and will take you about 5 to 6 hours to beat, depending on if you run into any trouble. The game lets you choose between 4 playable characters of Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Lil Jon, and Marion. And you can switch between these players at any time if you want to change it up from mission to mission. The game also allows you to play through the whole game in 1 to 4 player co-op, which really comes in handy because without friends this game is just downright boring. One of the issues I ran into though is I couldn't invite friends to my game on PS5 when I had the mission set to friends only. So then I had to make the session public and then it let me invite friends, but then even if you tried to switch back the setting to friends only, random people were still able to join the lobbies. So I feel like this needs to be worked on a little bit for the friends only lobbies to make that part a little bit better. What if I set it to public? Does that change anything? I mean, that means random people will join us, which I don't want, but what does that change? Hosting game. Okay. I love to be hosting a game. It says that, okay? I see a little thing, it says hosting game. Let me invite people! There we go. Thank you for listening to me.
What the fuck?
The game was scared, bro. The game was scared. They couldn't handle it. Like, stop yelling at me. When it comes to the gameplay loop is pretty boring, to be honest. This is a hack and slash game where you will be mindlessly mashing the same buttons over and over again the entire game, and it is just boring. Although during combat, if you play as Lil Jon, you will get to listen to him sound like he has to sneeze the entire game. You will fight various enemies and bosses throughout the game with intimidating names such as Raymond, Harry, and William. These bosses for the most part have the same pattern of attack, and so once you get a hang of the game, you can pretty much take the bosses down in about 30 seconds, especially if you're in a team of 3 or 4 because there really isn't any added difficulty in co-op mode, so if you do have a full team, you will walk through the game no problem. Now, if you do happen to die, and let's say you die at the last boss of that mission, you will have to do the entire mission over again. Even though they have checkpoints throughout the mission that gives you your health back, it seems that that is all the checkpoints are there for. They do not actually save your progression, which is the opposite of what a checkpoint actually is supposed to do. Now, the game isn't overly hard if you played on normal, and it's not too bad to just fight your way back to where you were, but the fact that they have a checkpoint system in the game that doesn't actually checkpoint tells you all you need to know about how much effort was put into this game. The game also has a hub world you will go to in between missions. This is where you'll upgrade your character's abilities and equip skins for your character. You are able to upgrade your abilities and buy new outfits by collecting money within the missions and by completing the missions themselves. These abilities are fine and all, but I wouldn't say that there are anything cool to them, outside maybe an explosion move here or there. And the best outfit in the game by far is the Lionheart outfit, but the only way to get this is by buying the Lionheart edition of the game, and that is unfortunate for the players that don't want to pay extra money to play a game this boring. Also, throughout the missions, you will find chests that will have items in it that can help your character for the rest of that mission, such as healing allies 30% faster and gaining health when hits are landed, to name a few. Other side activities that can be done during the main missions is rescuing civilians that are usually found in various cages, and also tearing down wanted posters. There are also side activities that you could do throughout the game that I didn't really do many of because I could barely drag myself to the end of the base game to begin with, but we did do a few of them, including finding a robotic ram which seemed to have a very interesting weakness.
Pull its nose ring. Slap its dick.
It put its dick out on the table for us. Pull its dick ring.
Hooray.
We defeated the Ram's dick. None of the side activities are voiced at all when you go to collect the side missions, which would be fine. I have played plenty of games where you talk to side characters with no voice acting, but for some reason they decided to give these characters Charlie Brown's teacher's voice. In the end, this game was just not polished. The story was a big pile of nothing, the gameplay loop was boring, and the bosses were unimpressive. The game had a ton of potential that was not at all realized, and I wish they would have put more effort into giving us a more authentic Robin Hood story instead of this boring futuristic version that seemed to be a waste of our time and money. And that is why I'm giving Gangs of Sherwood a 4 out of 10. I really wanted more from this game. I was kind of looking forward to checking it out because I thought a Robin Hood game sounded cool, but this just didn't do it for me at all. Hopefully in the future, a different developer will try an idea like this with the Robin Hood world and realize the potential that can be had here. But what did you guys think of Gangs of Sherwood? Did you like it more or less than I did? Let me know in the comment section below. But that is going to do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.